So recently I put out a video where I pretty much gushed over the existence of Gran Turismo 7. Why? Well, cause I'm really excited as this game represents a return to form for the series. It's the first numbered entry since 2013's Gran Turismo 6, and by the time it launches, it will mark an almost 9-year gap between releases. But they say there's a catch to everything, and I honestly should have seen this coming. Cheers to Push Square for pointing this out as I completely missed this. At the very bottom of a recent post on the official PlayStation blog about GT7 lies a single line of fine print. Asterisk, these features require internet connection. So let's see what features they are. Scapes, GT Cafe, Livery Editor, GT Auto, Trial Mountain and High Speed Ring, and the GT Campaign mode. So, every major feature that defines this game so far requires an always online connection. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, 77, you make videos and live content on the internet. How is this a problem for you or anyone that will be playing this game in 2022? Well, if you're talking about the short term, you might be right. For most people, this won't be an issue. Ideally, it'll just be an occasional speed bump we'd have to deal with during a rare connection dropout, or if the game servers are shut down for maintenance for a couple of hours. Not too much of a hassle. But as someone passionate about game preservation, the thing that deeply concerns me is how this will affect the game in the long term. Much like a lot of other racing game franchises, Gran Turismo is no stranger to delistings due to expiring car and music licenses, as well as master server shutdowns. But at the end of the day, these weren't issues that affected a pre-existing player's ability in experiencing the game's single-player content in the long run. To this day, I can switch on my PS3 and boot up Gran Turismo 5 and play through the GT mode again, just like I used to. I'm worried that with this announcement I won't be able to do that in 10 to 15 years of Gran Turismo 7. Now, before we flip tables, there is some ambiguity here, as in the recent trailer for GT7, it shows a couple of game boxes, and on the front, it just says the internet is required for most functionality. Most does not equal all, and because of that, I really want to see a statement by PlayStation or Polyphony Digital which clarifies exactly whether or not the game's single-player content requires an online connection to access. But based on what I'm seeing, it looks like it will, and that is such a shame. It seems to me as time goes on, more and more games are opting into having always online requirements that place their long-term longevity in absolute jeopardy. An example of a game that is rapidly hurtling towards its demise is Need for Speed 2015. This game requires a connection to its master server so you can pass its logo screen. Now in the last month, the servers for 2011's Need for Speed The Run were shut down, so I'd guess that sometime during or after 2025, Need for Speed 2015 servers will also shut down, resulting in that game becoming completely unplayable. But there is one thing that can save NFS 2015, and that is an offline patch that skips the online check at the start. But unfortunately, the studio that was behind 2015, Ghost Games, was restructured last year, meaning that the original dev team is not around anymore and won't be able to develop a patch that removes the always online requirement. But luckily for Gran Turismo 7, Polyphony Digital still exists and are supporting GT7 since it's, well, not out yet. So this is our chance to let them know that an offline mode for Gran Turismo 7 should be added post-launch, or at least, this is our chance to ask them to make a promise to patch the game right before its servers are inevitably shut down, so that the game can be preserved for generations to come. If this doesn't happen, all that will be left of GT7 when all is said and done will just be memories, screenshots, or YouTube videos. An offline patch will allow players to continue to enjoy the game, share their experiences, make memes, and even allow the next generation of racing game developers to learn from Gran Turismo 7's strengths and weaknesses firsthand, so that the genre can continue to evolve. In the meantime, if you're going to be playing Gran Turismo 7 when it launches on the 4th of March, or if you're already playing Need for Speed 2015 or any other game that suffers from having an always online requirement for its single player content, Take as many photos of your cars as you can. Record as much footage of you doing those perfect runs. Play multiplayer with your mates, maybe even stream yourself playing. Whatever you do, don't let the good times you have with these games just be distant memories. Share those memories with your friends, share them with me even, and preserve them, because soon, one day, you might not be able to anymore. Thank you very much for watching, stay safe and take care.